Welcome to the Master Wong TV again. On this lesson, I will show you four sides of the Chi Sao changing from one to another. When you're doing all this movement on here, you need to change from one to another, like flow from one thing to another, so you can understanding what it's all about. So when you get there, if the wrong situation you're in, you have to change to the right situation. The right situation may be the wrong situation you're in, then you can able to bring in the right one, so you can able to manipulate wrong thing. So on this here, let me show you how to do this four side changing that you've been done single one. Let me body you around. When you're working with first thing, you work with two hands outside, for instance, like that. That's what I start your first outside, for instance. You from here, when you're in that, say for instance, when you're working, I want to go inside. My hand from here, I will go from inside here. Now I got one in, one out. Yeah, so I go roll like this, in, force into me, like that. Slowly, so hand like that in. Now if certainly I want to go both hands inside here, I want to be inside, I be like that, one in, so two hands be inside, okay, like this. And then from here, I can fold one hand outside like this hand here, okay, maintain this hand, I will be flowing from one outside. And then I can go back to outside, inside. Now, when you're working all this line here, sometimes it's confusing when you people following. Then what happens is, if you're doing the line like this, okay, force it into me, so then you got a resistance there. Now, when you're inside, you float from outside, and you got a resistance there, so you know exactly where you are. Okay, then you float from this side, then float outside, then go inside, then both hands from here, both hands go inside, like that. Okay, then you go float back again. Now, why a lot of time you want to float from one to another like that? It's because sometimes you're in the wrong situation. Sometimes grab is the wrong situation you're in. Maybe certainly when he punch attack, I can grab both my hand. Now certainly from here, and then I want to be grab his hand, so I'll be here. Now certainly here he might grab and turn, and he grab my hand here. I be here. So it's a lot of time why you want to be one on, one off is because sometimes it's not you decide. So turn and grab and my hand is here. So all this is why you have one on and one off and changing yourself around like this. Okay? If you don't changing your hand position all the time, when you get there and you get used to that, but I want to using this hand here to be grabbed, so I can't be able to change that like that. So I got both hands, I got more stronger here. But then when he grabbed me on this side, I let him cover it because I can cover this side, for instance, I got more stronger. This hand, for instance, it's so many ways why he may be that side is not stronger. This side, for instance, I can control that side better. Maybe if my hand on this side is more stronger, then I come back and grab from this side and let him control me one hand. Okay? If he's not strong enough, I can control both your hands. Okay? So this is why you have a lot of changing to understand. Okay, so if you don't have the changing a lot of things in the position when you're in a bad line, you cannot change back to the good line, then it's difficult for you to work. So you make sure you're understanding all this basic. Now we're gonna basic in first for a second, and then I'll changing from one to another, and then inside, one in, one out, force into me. So then we stick in like that, so you know exactly where they are. You can do all the technique from here, but I'll show you later on. It's get confusing a minute. So hand inside, then one hand outside. Okay, then this hand I will be in here, and then I will be back like that. So each time I inside, outside, I control each line. I come in, for instance, okay, and inside, outside, I control this line, for instance. All this line here, I control this line, for instance. All the time, I control which one I want to be in, and I control each time where the movement is supposed to be when I start to work with him, okay? Line like that. So when you're working, spend a little bit of time practice. Now a lot of time when you work, force into me, don't force in too much on the side like that. Then what happens is, like in the fight, your punch come like windmilling, like that, you'll be like that. But most of the time when you punch, you'll be normally inside like that, see? Normally here, that's where you're attacking in the center of the person. So the hand normally like this. So this is why, that's where we end up. This is where we end up here. Okay, this is where we end up here. Okay, if you swing like that around, your body is not ground enough, then you're going to pull the muscle very easily when you're doing this, and that's where the problem. So all the time when you're doing all the movement, always inside here. So limit him down how he moves. Okay, more control you got. So when we're doing the line here, make sure inside like this a lot. So we know exactly where the hand is, so we know where the movement is, okay? So each time when we're turning or lining the hand, for instance, we know where the body is. So I know how to get in from one to another, like that. Okay, good. Thank you for that, boy. Learning to understanding the hand is learning to manipulate yourself from one to another. If you're not able to manipulate yourself from one to another, when the time comes, you will find a big problem how to make that work. So spend some time, play with that, and I will see you in next lesson.